better than you are.
Staying on the motivation, last year, the way it ended, is that motivation for you guys?
Yeah, that's definitely motivation. Losing such a close game and having that bitter taste in your mouth for the entire offseason, because that's the last impression of your team and your defense. And I mean, it hurts, and you want to get that taste out of your mouth, especially with a big game coming up first.
Now you have another year of him under your belt. What's it like playing for a coach like Don Brown?
I mean, I love Coach Brown. He actually recruited me at UConn and at BC because I'm from Boston. So, I mean, just Coach Brown has always been, one of my favorite coaches throughout recruiting. And right when he got here, we had the Mass connection. And it's just great, just being able to have another person from Massachusetts. It's a small pool in college football. There's not very many people from Massachusetts. So, having that sort of connections is great for me personally. And we have a great relationship.
How important is it for you to have?
No, not really. They said it when he was at UConn that I could have played fullback. So, I don't know. I always loved Coach Brown, though. He was always my guy.
How important is it for you to be in the same system? Is this the first time you've had the same D coordinator?
Yeah, this is the first time since I've been here that I've had the same D coordinator. So it means a lot for me, just being able to understand the scheme more, understand what the linebackers are doing, understand what the secondary's doing. I get to get a better grasp of the entire scheme and not just what my job is. And I'm able to help a lot of the younger guys. I mean, I can line linebackers up and tell them what they're going to do if they're young and inexperienced and don't know what's really going on. So, I mean, it's a big advantage for me personally and a big advantage for, Mike McCray, who is also a senior leader.
Well, you went to Rome, right?
Yep.
Your coach talks about just that week was so great for everyone who went. It brought you guys together. How much is that togetherness from that and just, the study abroad that some guys did, how much is that going to help you guys as you get back into fall camp next week?
It's huge. It had us all come together, and it had us all, bond. Whether we were actually on the way to go to something, we'd be on the bus just hanging out, talking, and you just get to learn so much about one another because you're spending so much time together. It's almost like having a fall camp in spring, and it's just so nice just to get to spend so much downtime with people that you might not have known too well before. And, it was just great just to do all the things we did and experience so many things together. It just brings you a lot closer as a team.
Mo, you've always been a kind of a guy who's not really the attention-seeking type, kind of quiet. How are you dealing with all this national attention now?
I mean, I love it. I love being able to, listen to what other people have to say, and you kind of use that as motivation. I mean, that's my biggest thing, is just being able to have whatever's being said and just try to either prove someone right or prove someone wrong. So, I mean, for me, it's all just motivation to be the best player that I can be.
And 5 years ago, when you got to Michigan, I mean, did it ever occur to you? I mean, you're on watch list that recognized as one of the, potentially one of the best D linemen in the country. Did it ever occur to you that was even in the cards?
I mean, that's always been my goal since I've been here, is to, leave my legacy at Michigan and leave my legacy in college football. So I think that's something that I definitely envision and something that I'm capable of doing now just because I'm on that platform, and it's something that I really want to make happen.
With that, and Harbaugh continually just seemingly been able to move this program forward. I mean, 10-3, 10-3, but there is some focus on the 3 losses, but you guys also did beat 10 teams by 30 points per game. So how is it that you guys moving forward?
I mean, just reminding us of those losses. I mean, it was such a small bit of difference that you realize, like, there's so many small plays that could have happened that could have changed the outcome of your entire season. And you realize that you have to change something to make those plays, go in your favor. And you have to figure out how to get those plays to go in your favor. So, I mean, Coach Harbaugh has just been telling us, like, hey, like, you just got to do a little bit more, because we didn't do enough to get in the playoff last year. And, we realize that, and we understand that there's more to be had, there's more to do, and there's more to accomplish for our team. I mean, we still haven't won a Big Ten championship. We haven't been invited to the playoff yet. So, I mean, for us, we want to win those awards, and we want to be in the playoff.
Has he changed his approach this year, say, from last year when you guys were very experienced versus the first year when he was just coming in? I mean, is there any noticeable change this year, or is it the same approach?
I think the strength staff has been a little bit more tough on us, just making sure that everyone's ready to go right away. And when you have an older team, a lot of the players are kind of sort of prehab, kind of making sure that you don't have any injuries or anything during off-season training. During the summer, now we're trying to get all these guys strong enough to be able to play, Division I football and big-time football. So, I think you just change the way that you attack the off-season and how hard you're training the young guys to get them ready to go.
Did either of you guys know? What do you think of that?
I've never been to Jerry Roll. I've seen it. I've heard about it. I'm really excited to go up there.
This isn't going to be an older team. It's different from last year. So how much are you as a player and maybe some of the other older guys, are you doing anything different or trying to help the younger guys to make sure that they're ready to contribute?
We just try to spend time with them. There's a big age difference when you're 22 years old talking to a 17 or 18-year-old who's just getting to the university. But I think they have a great amount of respect for me, Mike, and Mason for staying the extra year and working with them. And that's the thing. We've always brought in really respectful young men, and I think they're all really grateful just to be at the university. And that's the biggest thing that's helped us because we don't really have to worry about much because they're eager to learn, eager to be a part of what we've been a part of the past 2 years and able to build upon that.
What about specifically Rashawn Gary, because he's on the defensive line with you? Coach Harbaugh says making that leap from year 1 to year 2 is really important. There can be a lot of growth. With Rashawn, it seems like there could be a huge amount of growth. Have you been working with him specifically? Have you done anything with him?
Yeah, me and Rashawn do everything together. We lift together, run together, all of that. We spend all of our time together, and that's how it's going to be during the season. We're right next to each other, 3-tech and anchor. So, it's great. I love working with Rashawn. He pushes me, I push him, and it's a great relationship that we have. And being an older guy, I'm able to help him out a little bit more and just give him any advice that he needs. If he ever needs anything, I'm going to be there for him. So, it's just great to get to see him and get to see what type of leader he's going to be and player he's going to be this year.
Because of his talent level, is he kind of like a leader already? Because he's just going to have to step in and be a leader?
Naturally, he's sort of a leader. He's always competing. He's always wants to be first. He's always, in the front of the line. For such a young guy, he's already, established himself as the leader of his class and the leader on our defense. And I think that's huge for someone who probably didn't play too much last year.
There's been so much talk about the two of you guys